I interviewed 30 CMOs for this book. So for somebody who wants to be a CMO someday or a VP of marketing or just wants to progress in their marketing career, there are great insights here into how that happens, real stories about how these marketers got to where they are. So there's no skill that's more valuable than knowing the future. And this book tells you the future of marketing. So if you're a CEO or a CFO or a VP of sales and you're working with a CMO or with a marketing department and you want to understand what do these people do, what motivates them, why are they doing what they're doing, then this book shows that. It shows how marketing departments work, how they're structured. I asked questions to these CMOs about how do you work with the CEO, how do you work with the VP of sales, how do you work with the C-suite. For somebody who says, I need to work better with marketing or I want to understand how to work better with marketing, there's some great stuff in here from these answers. And this is why I wrote the book in the first place. I run an agency and I wanted to know how to sell better to CMOs. I wanted to know how they tick, what they're motivated by, how I could pitch them better. So anybody who runs an agency and has to pitch to CMO, they're definitely going to want to read this book because that's what I was thinking about while I was writing this. Marketing is very different from what it was 20 years ago. And so marketing was kind of this guessing game. Now, you can track that down to the penny, exactly what you're spending, exactly the results you're getting. And so marketing has become much more of a science. You can't rely on the data too much. You still have to bring in your intuition and your gut, and there still is that art side of it. So it's that mixing of art and data that really came through in the book as I was doing these interviews. Yeah, so the main thing that surprised me while I was doing these interviews is how sharp these people were and how up-to-date they were on technology. And here I am, I run an agency, but with these CMOs, it was scary because they knew more than I did. And I don't often have that experience with executives. That frankly just really surprised me how on top of things they were. If there's one thing in the book that I think is more valuable than anything else, any other message that comes out of the book, it's this one word, empathy. If you rely on the data too much, but you don't understand your customer, you don't get your customer, you're still going to lose. Because the person who really understands the customer is going to win every time. And that's what I really took away from these marketers. They have a natural understanding of who they're selling to, how those people think, how those people buy, what they care about, what motivates them, and that empathy, that really being able to put themselves in the shoes of their customers was the thing that stood out to me as being the key trait of a successful marketer. Well, there's a great saying that you're going to be the same person in 5 years except for the people you meet and the books you read. And I really believe that. It's people who change us, and then it's the information that we consume, which books are a concentrated form of wisdom and knowledge. So you can go out and you can read articles, you can listen to podcasts, and those are all great. I read a lot of those. I consume a lot of other content. But books are where people really spend their time to condense the best knowledge that they have. They really refine the message. And so I think books are the most efficient way to gain knowledge because it's concentrated. If you'd like to know more, you can go to joshsteimle.com. That's my website. I blog there. I talk more about CMO stuff there. You can sign up for my newsletter and get insights when I do new research on the role of the Chief Marketing Officer or talk about marketing.